is, and there's the man on pole position, Dwayne Bishop. If you see the man, they filmed Gorillas in the Mist in this guy's shower. He's a bit of an animal, and he's an animal on the racetrack, and that's Malcolm Belsky there in second spot, and either Johnny Lewis or Heath Bodinger. I think it's Johnny Lewis in third spot there on the grid as I take my sunnies off and see who's who. Yeah, definitely was number 54 from Nelson, Johnny Lewis on the beautiful Panigale. Panigale is where one of the Ducati factories are, and these two Nelson boys, Johnny Lewis on 54, he sometimes runs 154, and Heath Bodinger on the 167 machine. These are just such stunning motorcycles. Good guys to have a few brown Powerades with as well. Heath Bodinger behaves like a poorly trained ape sometimes, but a good man, very successful businessman, runs Anchor Engineering, a ship maintenance company in the Ports of Nelson, where they had the Ports of Nelson street circuit for a number of years, spanned over about 3 decades, and already it looks like to me Dwayne Bishop has got that brake down that back straight. He's got an odd looking riding position on this bike. It's just how he is, and it fits well with him, and it obviously works well because he is out of the front, and a big beast of a motorcycle, the number 48 machine. As they come onto the front straight, we've got 8 laps all up. This is from now on in, we're into 7 laps now with Johnny Lewis chasing him down, and Malcolm Belsky there in third place there on the GSXR 1000, the Zip Plumbing sponsor machine. Those 3 bikes got a bit of a break away. You can see the big V4 Aprilia just seems to eat up that turn 1, the Toyota corner here at Manfeild at Circuit Chris Amon. A bit of a wobble there going into turn 3 there on the infield. It's a 90 degree left-hander there, about a 12 degree camber on that machine, and then there's about a 15 degree camber into the hairpin. So can Johnny Lewis hunt him down? He's double classing. He's also doing the Formula 3 Pro Twin class on the Aprilia 660. A great field of motorcycles out there. We've got BMW S1000Rs, we've got Aprilias, we've got Yamaha R6s, because it was originally the Bears class, which was British, European, American, non-Japanese bikes basically, and then they bought some of the Formula Sport bikes in, which were the bikes that weren't as competitive, and the people weren't as competitive at the Formula 1 and Formula 2 classes to sort of fill it up there. And so what else we got? Suzuki GSXR 600, MV Augusta, Aprilia RS34, I think I mentioned that, Ducati V4, Honda CBR 1000, Triumph 675. There's a real smorgasbord of motorbikes in there, and even a Ducati or two. There's a Ducati 400 SS, that'll be a bit of a slug, but and the big Ducatis. Suzuki GSXR 1000 from Shenandoah on the 222 machine from Greytown. A big supporter of the Cliffhanger Hill climb over that way, and he's finally decided to dabble into road racing and do a full season. In the program you'll see a list in each class, TMC, and there's a helmet in each box there. T was for Taupo, and that shows you that competitor was entered there. M is for Manfeild, and CC is the cemetery circuit. We've actually got more competitors. In fact, there's none of them are not doing the cemetery circuit, and there's Greg Ghost. I'm going to look on that one for me Scrabble night. Greg Goesi is entering that, and Rob E. Edwards and Blair Lambarth, and so yeah, it's unusual. Normally you get a few people drop off, especially in the New Zealand Superbike class, but this is not one of them, where they're just doing the National Championship, which is in this series. But more bikes to be turning up on the 26th of December for the 71st running of the cemetery circuit. Malcolm Belsky looking up to go on the inside of Johnny Lewis there. In fact, is that Malcolm Belsky, or is it Malcolm Belsky, fastest man on the track?
Malcolm has dropped back into 4th place there, Spiders, so just taking a look, once the timing rolls over, still Dwayne Bishop in lead, Johnny Lewis in 2nd, and Richard Markham Barrett has taken 3rd place there, so sneaking in past Malcolm. So the top 4 really tight as we head into the hairpin, so this is awesome racing to see out the front there, so anyone could take that lead just in one corner, so awesome. But good to see, that looks like Dwayne is getting away on the other 3 competitors there, so Spider, a good mix of exotic bikes out there, but it looks like that Aprilia must have an edge surely with the way that Dwayne's been pedaling it.
Yeah, I think he's muscling it around quite well, but Malcolm Belsky, the fastest man on the track at the moment. He's sitting there in 4th place, but he's the fastest man out there, with Johnny Lewis sitting there in 2nd behind Dwayne Bishop there as they come around that big National Driver Training Centre turn 7 here at Manfeild Park. 3.03 kilometres, a 157 k an hour average lap speed, so we should see the Magic Ton beaten by at least the I'm going to say the 600 should be doing 100 miles an hour average round here in the Formula 1 superbikes will definitely be doing that. So Dwayne Bishop just seems to get that drive out of that corner. Something's going on there. Maybe he's got a softer tyre, but wow, here comes that other. There's a black and red bike there. Coming in through, no, that's Malcolm Belsky there, just gets a drive and passes Johnny Lewis there in through turn 2 and into turn 3. You can see the 4 lead bikes going in and out of the hairpin. Look at this V4, drives out of that corner, 1000cc Aprilia. What sizes are these Ducatis, the Panigales? It must be 1000cc, but just that little bit slower. Tight line on the Higgins corner for Dwayne Bishop on the number 48 machine. He's been hunted down by Belsky. The bike is certainly quick down that back straight. In fact, they're all quick there. Johnny Lewis doesn't seem to have the pace like the other bikes down there. He seems to back off there a little bit as we come across a lapper there. The lapper stays wide, does sort of the right thing, and back down the front straight for the boys and girls. 3 laps to go now for the Q West Boat Building Formula Sports and Bears class.
Awesome to see, Spider. So Malcolm Bielski, he is your fastest rider out there. He's just tucked away in second place there. Still appears to be that Dwayne Bishop is holding on, and like you said, Spider, he's got very good push out of those corners. So that brilliant RS-V4 is just hooking out of those corners. And awesome to see a good mix of bikes battling it out for the top 4. Just getting a bit wobbly there was Dwayne as he comes into the hairpin, and he's lost it. So it'll look like Malcolm Bielski will be taking the lead now. Dwayne had a bit of a hiccup coming into the hairpin, got a bit wobbly, lost composure, and Malcolm has snuck past him. So it's still Malcolm Bielski first place, Dwayne Bishop now sitting in second, and Johnny Lewis third, and then Richard Mark and Barrett in fourth place. Spider.
Yeah, I think that Mark Barrett's gone through there ahead of Johnny Lewis. That Johnny Lewis bike's just not that quick down the back straight. It's happened 2 or 3 laps I've been watching, and it's just the beautiful orangey coloured Ducati, but something going on there possibly. Maybe he hasn't got as well fueling, but whatever it is, Malcolm Belsky there, still the fastest man on the track. And we look over to the screen there, and he will be in the lead because we saw him go across the start-finish stripe out in the front. 157.944 k's an hour for Belsky on the Zip Plumbing machine. Dwayne Bishop in second, Mark Barrett in third. Johnny Lewis, then we go back to heat bowling. Jason Bardell hasn't ridden for about 18 months and elected to not do too much yesterday because he only had 1 set of wets and didn't want to destroy him, so just got out and did enough practice. But that's the Wanganui man that I think he's had a win at the cemetery circuit and certainly had wins here and hasn't ridden for a long, long time. But getting back in the groove, Sam Willisey back there in about 6th place on the GSXR 750. He's had some wins at the cemetery circuit, one of the few combinations of father and sons that have had a win. I know Flea Willisey, Alan, his father, has had some wins there on the 125 class, and that's some decades ago. The man that organises the cemetery circuit, and Sam, he'll be competitive at Wanganui. Certainly hasn't ridden for a long, long time either, so getting into the groove of things and enjoying it. Got a couple of Wanganui boys helping out. Quite a good Wanganui contingent out there. We got Wanganui boys, Dwayne Bishop, we got Jason Bardell, we got Waverley, which is just up the road, Mark Oliver, Wanganui Stephen Leggett on the 79 machine, Wanganui Sam Willisey, Todd Ackroyd, Jeff Groot, and that's it in the Q West Boat Building, which is a Wanganui company, Formula Sports and Bears. Great to have Q West on board, mate. They've been around sponsoring motorbike races for a lot of years. We've got the white flag out. It is the final lap there, Nick Ritchie.
Yep, certainly. So just keeping an eye out as well in the middle of the pack. So it looks like Richard Market Barrett is hot on Dwayne Bishop's tail there, fighting for second place. But it still appears to be Malcolm Bielski who is leading for our last lap.
Where we going? We've still got the fastest man on the track, 158.072 average lap speed. Pretty impressive stuff. The white flag's still out there for some of the slower machines coming around, looking out for the lead bike. In fact, they've lost. So here we go, coming on to the front straight, and Malcolm Belsky's going to take the checkered flag. What a stunning win for him. Adds to the points bank, and in the second place, Dwayne Bishop almost got picked by Mark and Barrett, and then we got Johnny Lewis comes through, and then I think it maybe he's broken from Nelson. Yeah, what was that gap between third and fourth? It was 87,000, 8/100 to the second. So great racing. QS Boat Builders, you've been around sponsoring for a long, long time. Really a long distant relationship from motorcycles, but obviously they keep on putting their money forward because they believe in this sport. And just a shout out there too, while we're here, to all these people that are out on the flag marshalling points: Lily, Tony, Mike, Matt, Ethan, Bruce, Janine, Higgins, Denise, Billy, Willie, Jeff, Janine, Greg Leach, that's Flathead, Greg, Tyler, Caleb, Kyron, Kelly, Sam, Rachel, Victor, Brandon, Georgia, and B, who's pretty much in charge of them. We can't do the day without you. Whatever the weather conditions are, the flaggies are out there. They're out there very early. They have the first riders briefing of the day, or the first briefing of the day, get them out on the track, and they get a brief lunch break and that sort of thing. It is a cool job. I've done it a few times, and it's really cool to watch a race evolve. You've obviously got a job to do, but in the first lap you can watch and man your post for a while. Then you can watch the race unfold, and that, as this field spreads out, that time sort of diminishes where you can watch the race, but you can still see what's going on, and people have got radios and are well fed and watered, and get some sort of recompense for the day. It is actually quite a splendid job out there, and the best part about it sometimes is spending a whole day with people that are interesting. And, you know, between all the races you get a bit of a chit chat, and just being forced to be staying out there and spend a whole day. And yeah, mostly they've got pretty good weather protection out there. The wind is the biggest problem, but thank you to all those flaggies. I try to make an effort each meeting to get a list of the flaggies and mention them. Some people said, why do you bother? They can't hear. Well, they bother coming here, so I'm going to bother doing it, folks.
Awesome, thank you very much for that, Spider, and we'll hand it down to Neil down on pit lane to take a look at our podium.
Yeah, just before we hand it over to Neil, we have a phone handed in too. So members of the public, we have a phone that was handed in the grandstand toilet, so if you've lost your phone, we have it up at race control. So over to Neil, who's going to do our Formula Sport and Beers podium. A pretty good mix of dudes down there. Let's cross over to Neil.
Yeah, everybody's got to love a showman, and we're going to talk to that showman shortly. Might only got second place, but he still did a classic burnout for us, so pretty cool to see. So, all right, an opportunity to catch up. Richard, not a bad bunch of blokes here, eh?
It seems a lot harder than last time we did this. Yeah. Everyone's got faster and harder to pass. So.
Yeah, there's a little few more sheep stations on the line too, isn't there?
No, not for me. Not for me. This is just for giggles.
Yeah, just for giggles, indeed. Gul, how's the bike?
Nothing wrong with the bike. I'm just a bit rusty.
A bit rusty?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you coming right for Boxing Day?
No, I'm not good at Wanganui.
Oh, no.
I just cruise around.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well done. Cool answer, Richard. Keeping it calm. Oh, smell the rubber. Sir Dwayne is back again.
Richie, you missed me on the first one.
Yeah, mate, I did. Oh, that's another whole story, mate. That's another whole story. We're back. Hey, you still love it that much?
Oh, it's great. This is our, me and Malcolm's third race back in 2 years. So, yeah, stoked to be back on it. It's awesome. Yeah.
All right, what have you done with the bike? Anything since last time?
Brushed the cobblers off and blew away the whitetails, and she's all good, yeah. Unfortunately, I had to relinquish the lead when I went over the bars, yes. I was going for all money, but Malcolm was there to clean up, so I'll take second all day long.
All right, but Wanganui, you'll be first?
Let's hope so. Let's stay on, eh?
Well done. Here, Dwayne Bishop, Mr. Smoke and Burnout Man Extraordinaire. And you want to see some of the graphics on this bike as well, so pretty cool to watch. Malcolm, these boys keeping you pretty honest.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a tough old race, but very enjoyable. Yeah, been in with Wayne and Richard. Yeah, it's good fun. Yep, just got to keep pushing, and because they go pretty hard themselves.
Right,
just don't think about turn one along again, mate.
I won't.
Hey, is it easy just to hop on the bike and go pedalling again? What have you got to do with this beastie?
Oh, no, it's been pretty good actually. Just it's been a good little bike for me. So now we'll just keep going and go to Wanganui and enjoy ourselves there.
Right, indeed. Hey, certainly a bit of drama last week with the postponement of round number one. Good to have this class recognised. You got a TT title on the line at Wanganui as well in that final race. That's a bit of creme de la creme, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Got a lot of look forward to that one. Taupo was just one of those things that stuff happens. You just move on, and Manfield's been great, and hopefully Wanganui will be just the same.
Great to see. Right, the awesome trio of riders to take the line up. So well done as we acknowledge Richard, Dwayne and Malcolm.